Lord have mercy. What's up, YouTube? We are back with another video. I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes for y'all to come on in. I actually earlier today I had to go take care of some much needed business, and I went to the store. I went to Burlington. And went there. I just went to get a coat. I really couldn't find it. I did not find a jacket because I'm going to Chicago and it's gonna be cold. So I go there and I was like, well, let me just go ahead and get it, get a jacket or whatever. Maybe I went in that store and I bought so much clothes, so shirts, pants, gloves. I bought a brush. I'm just buying stuff. Bought a hat, socks, underwear. I was just buying stuff and I was getting stuff on clearance, stuff not on clearance. So I put all the stuff in the bag, and the lady rigged me up. And I leave the store, and this white lady said, "Oh my gosh, you really went shopping." I say, "Yes, I really went shopping." And so I spent some of my birthday money on clothes because a lot of times on doing a show, you got to have different outfits. Particularly if you're doing a show, you just need your top because nobody's looking at your bottom because it's not like a full camera where they can see your top, where they can see your bottom. So you need a lot of tops. So I had to buy different shirts so I could have different outfits to wear on my show. And this was like my first time in the history of Texas that I went to Burlington to purchase some shirts. So I was doing that because I said I need some shirts, to wear for YouTube. You need some, stuff to wear for Chicago. And I'm the type of person I don't care nothing about clothes. I wear scrubs 24/7. I'm not a clothes person. I think buying clothes is such a waste of money. But ever since I got on YouTube, I started to look all about how I look, about what shirts, all that stuff. And so once I started to do this YouTube commentary, you gotta have shirts. So I'm like, okay, because if it was up to me, I would just go ahead and wear my scrubs in every single video. So that's me. So I definitely did that, and getting ready to spend time in Chicago. And so my sisters, I called my mom and said, "You need any money for food? For a turkey, for a ham, for dressing, whatever." And she was like, "No." And then my sister was on the phone. She was like, we need the liquor." And I was like, "Okay, I'll be designated to get the liquor." And then when I got off the phone, I'm like, I don't know how to buy liquor. I don't know how to buy liquor in the liquor store. The last time one of my good friends, Jamie Morgan, he went. It was his birthday. He was my childhood friend, and we just linked up because I didn't even know he was gay. And I just saw him. I saw Jamie Morgan at the gay house party. Didn't know the man was gay, and he was my childhood friend at Perkins Bass Elementary School. But he transferred like in 7th or 8th grade. I think he had transferred, went to another school. So I haven't seen him in years. And I saw him I saw him at the house party. And we were adults, we grown. I saw him at the house party. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you gay. I didn't know that. Because he was such the ladies' man. He was literally Jamie was such the ladies' man. He had all the ladies, you know what I'm saying? All the girls wanted them or whatever. And so, but it was his birthday, and he said, "What are you gonna give me for my birthday?" And I was like, "Yeah, you want some liquor?" He said, "I want some liquor." So, "Oh, sure, I go to the liquor store." So I go to the liquor store, and the person that counter said, "What do you want?" And I said, "I want some Hennessy." And he said, "Hennessy, what?" Okay. I said, "Extra large Hennessy." And I said it with a smile. Extra large Hennessy, extra large. And he was like, do you want a pint? Do you want a half a pint? I didn't know what. I just didn't know what to get because I don't buy liquor. I'm just not a person to buy, liquor or stuff like that. I don't even know how to buy. It's illegal here, but when I don't even know how to buy, whatever. I just don't know how to buy it. So I'm like, what do you, extra large? So, but the guy wasn't African. He's actually, the guy African. He's actually, Arabic, but I don't know how to do the impersonation. Hold on one second. I gotta focus. Hold on, I'm live right now. I'm live right now, but I'm gonna call you when I'm on my way to work. All right. Yeah. So, and he told me that. So I went on and got him like a pint or I don't remember. So I got to get the liquor for Chicago. We definitely gonna have a good time in Chicago, Illinois. I'm looking forward to it, spending time with family. Also, too, I'm trying to get in contact with Jamal Green, and we're gonna play that really quickly because he have the signatures for that, and I definitely want to play a segment of his press conference. So I definitely want to link up with him and see how he's doing, do an interview, because this will be my first time in history interviewing a candidate for mayor. We had other politicians on our show, but this will be the first time ever I will have a candidate for mayor. We've been in contact with the Mayor Lori Lightfoot. They said her schedule is busy. We reached out to her office 6 times, and every time she's busy, she can't do it. She's not available. Try back again. We send a message. We try for about 6 times to get Mayor Lori Lightfoot because I have a lot of questions. I got a whole thing right here, like a whole note of just questions I want to ask her, and she busy. I guess she busy. But yeah, we trying to, get politicians because what I'm trying to do for my platform, I'm trying to mix celebrity gossip with politics, give y'all a sprinkle of celebrity gossip, give you a sprinkle of politics. And that's what direction I want to go for my show. That's the direction we want to do in 2023. Talk about politics, interview politicians, and ask them the questions that the people want to know. Because typically when a politician get interviewed, sometimes the media give them softball questions, but I want to give them the tough questions that the people really want to know from the working class, even for the people, for the poor people, give them that perspective of what poor people want to hear as well. So I definitely, fingers crossed that we get Jamal Green on the show. Fingers crossed that we get Mayor Lori Lightfoot on the show. And also, we're going to try to reach out to the mayor here in Dallas and try to get him on the show to ask him some very tough questions. And I've been in contact with not Governor Kemp, our governor here in Texas. Can't think of his name because there's so many names, but we sent him an email because I want to know about these tolls because I just had to get on a payment plan. Let me tell you about this. I just had to give me a payment plan for the tolls, and I literally racked up $600 in tolls. You have to get a payment plan. I'm like, what in the world? Why is these tolls? It's tolls, it's so expensive. It's really, really, really so expensive. They need to have, like, if you rack up a lot of money in tolls, they need to have a day where you say you get 50% off if you pay off the tolls. You get 50% off your tolls. They need to have like some type of deal, like some type of Black Friday deal. It's Black Friday, so it should have been like 60% off your tolls for Black Friday. They need to do something like that or cancel it altogether. But once I become governor, it will be canceled. All right. In my humble, we will cancel the tolls and we replace that revenue with legalizing cannabis. If that's how you cancel that, we will cancel the tolls. Yeah, Greg Abbott, thank you. And then we will legalize the cannabis, and that revenue for the cannabis will replace the revenue that we get from the tolls. Does that make any sense? If I be the next governor, I think that's good common sense. Okay. So we have a lot of topics. We got 2 topics that we're going to dive into when it comes to that and stuff like that. And I'm still hearing, and I want to say this before we get to our topics because I've somebody that I trust is a follower of the show. They said we rarely come down her timeline, and she have been unsubscribed from the show, meaning that she said every day I have to subscribe to your show. I have to subscribe to your show because they always unsubscribe me from your show. on Roland Martin's show, I'm subscribed, but the next day it would be unsubscribed. Then I would have to resubscribe again. I told Roland Martin this. I think it's a glitch in YouTube system, but they need to fix that because how many subscribers I would have that people like is saying that they unsubscribe, you have to resubscribe. I think that does not make any sense. I sent an email. Now I don't know the people higher up in YouTube and the executive. I don't know. I don't know any of those type of people. I think they need to fix that because I know I was subscribed to Roland Martin. Then they unsubscribe and then I have to resubscribe. I have to do that literally every single day. Even with Trey So Raw, he's another YouTuber. I have to subscribe to his show like every day because it unsubscribed me, and I never clicked the unsubscribe button. So I don't know what's going on with the glitch system of YouTube. I don't know, but I've people have been reaching out and been telling me this, and so I'm like, I don't know how to resolve that. So if y'all know anybody in the higher ups that can fix that glitch, that would be greatly appreciated. I personally believe that YouTube need to change their system. Like if you go live, they need to notify all of your subscribers whether they click the notifications or not. Okay. Um, that's what I believe. I believe they should it should change it up where you go live. And also, if you go on somebody else's YouTube channel, your followers should be notified you on another channel. I think that's another, and I sent that suggestion here because I'm like, if I go on Storm Monroe's channel, my followers should be notified, or when he come on my channel, his followers should be notified. I think something like Instagram, because when you go live on Instagram and you join somebody live, Instagram notify your followers, but not all of them, but they notify a small percentage of your followers. I see right here, I don't get unsubscribed, but when you are live, I have to search for your live video. Yes, I have to search for your live video. When you're live, it doesn't come up on my notification. That's another problem. So I don't complain about the low views because I know it is some glitches or something going on. It have to be because I get these complaints from people, and that's why today, for about a couple of months, we had implemented a text list because people wasn't getting notified, and with the text list, I now I have to just text you the Wiley Show is live on YouTube. We used to send the link. Now you can't send the link no more. Okay, I'm trying to work that out and see what's going on, but I am able to send out the Wiley Show is live on YouTube, but you just have to type it in or go to the community wall. I'm doing everything humanly possible to notify the people. I even go live on Station Head. Sometimes I go live on Instagram and let people know. Then I go live throughout the day and let people. I'm doing everything possible, and I'm only one particular person. So if you missed the Wiley Show live, just catch the replay. I respond back to your comments. This is exactly what we do. And I have to open up with this because I know a lot of people are dealing with these challenges where they're not being notified when the Wiley Show go live. Okay. All right. So we definitely want to work on that. But let's get into our topics. I didn't get a picture of her, but give me a second. I want to get a picture of her really quickly because we want to talk about this sister. I thought I had a picture of her, but I posted it on my on my Instagram. I posted it on Instagram, and give me a second. I want to make sure I get a picture of her. Give me a second because Kelly Rowland said something and we posted it on the Instagram. So make sure y'all follow me on Instagram because she said something that I definitely agree with. I'm not going to play it because last time I played TMZ content, they flagged it. So I'm not going to play it, but I will review what she said. I'm just trying to grab a picture of her. Okay. Give me a second here because I knew I was missing something. I was rushing to get this live started. Give me a second. All right. So let's bring that up. All right. So if y'all in here, make sure y'all like the button because that help us in the algorithm. That really, really help us in the algorithm. Okay. All right. Let me do this. Now we ain't gonna talk about him yet. I want to make sure because we want to make sure this is good. Yes. And while we pulling that up, I want to play Jamal Green. So give me a second. I'm going to play that first. And then we can talk about Kelly Rowland. Now, Jamal Green have all his signatures to run for mayor. The election is in February, and he just submitted his signatures to City Hall, and this is his press conference that he gave. It's on 1 minute and 57 seconds.
We have the excitement all across this city. This is a time where we must make sure that we are talking about the new breed of leadership in this city and how we are going to move forward. We need young leaders who are not tainted like the rest of these politicians who have failed us for so long. Most of the people in this race are in elected positions they don't do good at, or in continuing to try to use their career to gain money off of the public. Today is a new day. Yes. We are bringing forth the most revolutionary platform that really speaks to everyday people and neighborhoods all across this city. Whether it is making sure that when we talk about public safety, that we're talking about investing into the root causes of it all throughout neighborhoods, investing in neighborhoods to build them, increase home ownership, increase small business development, invest in young people, have a pipeline to middle-class jobs, whether it is opening a city-owned bank, whether it is banning the boot, so that we can stop oppressing and preying on city residents. We have a revolutionary platform, not just banning the boot and seizures, but eliminating red light cameras. We are now going to be a city that makes sure that everyone, no matter the neighborhood, no matter the income status, that they have the opportunity to grow and thrive. And guess what? Their kids are going to have a better opportunity than we did. That's what this is about. Making sure that young leaders all across this city and this country step up and create the future that we can all believe in. Yes. So, yeah.
All right, and so that's what he had to say, and I agree. And when I was on the phone with somebody, and they said there's a very popular policy banning the boot, because I talked to a lot of people, got a lot of tickets because of speed light cameras, and they get a lot of tickets on that. And they said they love that policy. And I said he definitely need to invest and put boots on the ground and let the city residents know, especially, and get people registered to vote, that if I'm elected mayor, we will ban the boot. So that's a very popular policy. I haven't really heard a politician even talk about banning the boot before in the city of Chicago. I believe this is the first time I have heard. Okay, if somebody else had that policy, let me know. All right, so now we're going to go over to Kelly Rowland. And I love Kelly Rowland, but Kelly Rowland was getting dragged on social media. She was getting dragged because I was like, why did they drag her? So Kelly Rowland, TMZ actually came and interviewed her, and she was on her way to a car without security, by the way. And she was like, you know, should we forgive Chris Brown? Let me see if they actually got the transcript. Let me see. Let me go and see. Have to forgive, and she pretty much said yes, we should forgive Chris Brown. But I want to make sure we got the transcript. Let me go to the neighborhood talk. Let me see if they actually have the transcript of what she said. Okay, so they don't have the transcript, but they said, Kelly Rowland said, Chris Brown deserved grace and forgiveness for the fight with Rihanna. We all come up short. And I believe that we should forgive him. But also, I believe this. We should forgive Chris Brown because he did beat Rihanna. But I put myself in Rihanna's shoes as a family member of Rihanna, like I'm a brother or a sister. If you beat my sister, I don't know if I could ever forgive you. Like if you was abusive, physically abusive to my sister, you move on. I don't think I could ever forgive you. I don't know. I've never been in that situation that I know of that any of my sisters have been abused. But if I were to find out, I don't think I could ever forgive. Even if my sister forgave, I don't know if I could. So I don't know what Kelly Rowland is trying to talk about, because a lot of women with domestic violence abuse are not going to be so forgiving of Chris Brown because of their own trauma and stuff like that. I get it. That's a good PR move, but we live in the real world. And also Kelly Rowland has been in an abusive relationship. So I don't know if she forgive her abuser. So I don't necessarily believe that we should forgive or not forgive, but that's only a personal choice. I don't think we should force people to forgive Chris Brown. It's more so a personal choice. If Rihanna come out and say, yes, I forgive Chris Brown, I think that will help Chris Brown's career. And I believe, let me see if let me actually Google and see did Rihanna ever forgive Chris Brown. I want to see, did she ever forgive Chris Brown publicly? I'm going to see something. Because if she says she forgive him, then I think that will help him in the general public. Okay. Okay, so let me go and screen share this. Give me a second because I want y'all to see this. Let me take this picture down because this was back in 2020. And let me zoom in on that. Okay, it was when Rihanna mended her relationship with her father, who was abusive to her mother, that she was really able to forgive Chris. It took me a long time. I was angry for a long time, she admits. And this was on September 2nd, 2022. I mean, 2020. This is on September 2nd, 2020. So she forgave him. So yeah, if Rihanna forgave him, then I think the public should forgive Chris Brown as well. And I think we should just move on, forgive. Now, Chris Brown don't need to get into no altercation with a woman because I think that would just tarnish his career even further than what it is. But if Rihanna forgive him, then hey, we all should forgive him, right? And I ask y'all a question. Do you forgive Chris Brown? Press 1. Actually, I'm going to do a poll because I want to know, really, do you forgive Chris Brown? I want to get a poll actually from the producers to see if they actually do they actually forgive Chris Brown. But let me do a poll really quickly so I can see if do y'all actually forgive Chris Brown, because I want to see what these numbers going to look like. Okay. Let me see right then and there. Let me see where that at, because I want to know because he was very young when that situation happened. Did this happen back in 2010, 2011? If I'm not mistaken, what year did that happen? So he was young, when this situation, but that doesn't excuse it. Lauren Fishburne, actually, we had a conversation about him on yesterday that he was young and that he abused his wife. Lauren Fishburne, the one that played in What Love Got to Do with It, the one that played in Boys in the Hood, he actually was abusive to his wife. So this is back in 2008. This is when I was still in high school, because I didn't graduate from high school until 2009. So if this happened in 2008, I was still sitting down at the Chicago Military Academy, Brownsville, in my military uniform, doing formation, standing at attention, saluting the sergeants. I was still in 08, I was still in Chicago Military Academy, in Chicago, Illinois. So that's what I was doing. So that was, I think it should be, he should definitely forgive. You know what I'm saying? Because I graduated in 09. From high school. So yeah, and I don't think that we should be held on to something that you happened in your youth. And I think we should definitely forgive. You know what I'm saying? And me and Chris Brown, we're around the same. He's a little older than me, but we definitely should forgive. Now, somebody asked a question: are y'all forgiving Onika's husband? I don't know. I that's a totally different situation, and my answer to that question would be no. But for in this instance, for Chris Brown, I would say yes, I forgive him. Yeah, for me, I would say yes. And I think majority of the people in the chat were going to say yes. Yes. So that's just how it happened, because it wasn't deserved. Because I remember back in the day, this is when the Scorpion Show was popping. I'm telling you, this is when Kevin and Mikhail was popping. Baby, this was back in the day. This was before you can go live on YouTube. See, y'all spoil you now because you can get in a live chat and you can watch a video. But back in the day, Kevin and McHale show was popping, and they covered the Rihanna, and it got them millions of views. They show was popping back in the day. Now it's a little dry, but back in the day, I hardly ever missed an episode from the Scorpion show. I will watch that show faithfully. Okay. And this was back, this was back in the day. I would watch the show, and I was way back in the day. I was in high school when they show was. I was literally in high school when they show was out, and I would take off my uniform, watch to see what's going on, and all this stuff going on. That was definitely what was going on, and we would definitely see about it, and so we would definitely see about it. But yeah, that was way back in the day, and I just asking a question. So now people saying, do you forgive Ike Turner and all of that? And I understand where y'all saying that, but y'all have y'all reasons. Do y'all forgive Ike Turner? But I forgive, you know what I'm saying? But he have to meet his maker, you know what I'm saying? If he was still alive and if he changed his ways, and I heard Ike Turner, he got back on drugs before he died. But at one point he was clean, he was getting his life together. And if he would have stayed clean and continued to get his life together, then yes, I would have forgive Ike Turner. But I can't forgive you. You still out here, still putting hands on women, still doing all these crazy drugs, still doing weird stuff. Can't forgive. But for Chris Brown, because we on the Chris Brown topic, yes, I can't forgive Chris Brown, and I say it humbly so. But let me see something, because let me see if I can find those tweets, because they was reading. They was reading her. Let me see. They was reading her. They pretty much they were saying, how can you take up for an abuser when he don't like dark-skinned women? How you defend him? Like, it was a sector of black women reading him. And I'm like, and they were reading Kelly Rowland. And I'm like, wow, really? So they was all over there reading Kelly Rowland. Let me see if I can pull up some of these. So here we go. Let me show some of these tweets. Let me bring this picture down, because they was reading Kelly Rowland. I'm like, what? Not they reading Kelly. But yes, they was. Let me see. Let me screen share this and show this. Where we is? This said, okay, here we go. So one person said, love Kelly Rowland, but she's always so tone deaf when it comes to colorism. Okay, that was that tweet. Then it was another tweet that was out. It's so sad to see all these women artists who we respect so much putting their integrity into question for a man who abused multiple women and who's a colorist. Does Kelly Rowland know he doesn't even like dark-skinned women? Kelly Rowland pissed me off with that Chris abuser Brown sympathy. Also, why is Chris still around at all? Listen, I'm not saying Chris Brown didn't do a lot for music, but I don't remember one time he supported black women as much as y'all support him. In fact, I remember quite the opposite, but Kelly Rowland may have her own reasons. Hashtag Chris Brown. Another person said Kelly Rowland defending Chris Brown is embarrassing. Kelly Rowland defending Chris Brown, an abuser, discriminatory A-word against dark-skinned black women, embarrassing for her. So they were dragging Kelly Rowland in the on Twitter. And I'm like, whoa. So now they said, is she a pygmy and all that? Now, I don't know the words what Chris Brown said about black women, dark-skinned women. Let me see if I can find a quote or what he said, because I don't know, because every time I hear something, I always Google it. Let me see. Okay. So this is back in 2001. So I'm gonna let me zoom in on this. Y'all know my reading when I read public is a mess. So y'all gonna read it on your screen. So if I mess up a word, don't come down my throat. I'm only human. So Give me a second. Okay. So I want to read this because this is on the medium.com. And I want to let me bring that down. Let me bring this picture down. Because I just literally Googled this and this is what popped up down my feed. So it said Chris Brown accused of being a colorist again after a woman posts on TikTok. Another woman has come forward to accuse Chris Brown of colorism, but this time people are a little confused. For years, there have been rumors that Chris Brown has a skin color preference when it comes to women he dates and allows around him. He faced accusations of keeping dark-skinned women away from his VIP section at nightclubs, and dozens of think pieces about Brown alleged colorism controversy can be found with a simple Google search. 2009, Brown released a single "Need a Stack," and he said he only want to F the black bees with nice hair. The line calls a ruckus, and even Tory Lane surfaced to defend his friend, but soon Love and Hip Hop star Tokyo Vanity came forward with a tale about her dark-skinned friend being turned away by Brown and his team. This caused the singer to engage in a short-lived social media beef with the reality star rapper, and recently another woman shared on TikTok that she had a similar experience with Brown. A woman named Ashley posted, "When Breezy told me I was too dark to get into his party," and the caption she added, "I don't know why I still like him. Crying emoji. I must like the abuse. Face palm emoji." She didn't elaborate on when this allegedly occurred, but her comment section lit up with mixed reactions. She chimed in and added, "Guys, I'm a real victim. My caption is basically me coping, my coping mechanism, sad face emoji." There were several people who was perplexed by the accusation because of looking at Ashley images and videos. She looks to be a light-skinned woman. Many people accused her of lying for attention, but she responded with a supportive comments, thanking people for believing her story. You can check out her video below, and I think the video is gone because I don't see the video. So wow, but I don't necessarily see a problem of him having a preference. When does it come about of you having a preference that you be labeled a colorist? Like for me, at one point, no, I'm not a colorist because I like brown, dark skinned women. I don't have a preference. At one point, I thought I wouldn't be attracted to white women, but that have changed. I am very attracted to white women. Now, would I marry a white woman? I don't know. I don't know. That's up to debate. I want to marry a black woman and stay committed to my race. But if it's a white woman, she got good credit, money in the bank, submissive. I would give it a chance. But my first choice will always be a black woman. So, but I don't have preference. You could be dark skinned, you could be brown skin. So I don't have a point. But I don't know if Chris Brown is actually a colorist. I think he just say stuff for the shock value to get people to buy his records. Oh my God, you hear he only FBs with good hair, because there's some dark skinned women with good hair, dark, beautiful chocolate sister with beautiful hair. So I just think it's just a shock value. I don't necessarily know in his personal, because I know he took pictures with dark skinned women. He took pictures with all type of women. So, but if he have a preference that he don't like dark skinned women, that's his preference. I don't think we should label him as a colorist, because you should have the person that you like, your fave that you like. You may like dark skin, you may like light skin. It's just your preference. But I think like a lot of women out here, especially the feminists, when you put terms out there, they automatically say he's a colorist. Like, whoa, it's my preference. Like when I go get ice cream, does that make me a colorist if I say if I don't want the chocolate, I just want vanilla? Like everybody in society, we have a choice, and it's definitely a preference. But to Chris Brown, when you make statements, I only FBs with good hair, that gonna cause a response from dark skinned women, particularly. I remember, and we definitely gonna dive into this topic. I remember Armon Wiggins was labeled a colorist because he said OG looks like a monkey, and Jay Lee said the same thing. They labeled Jay Lee as a colorist, and he so happened to be a dark skin. Armon, unless he might not know this, but he's a dark skinned man. But he always talk about dark-skinned women in a negative light. Either they're monkeys, they're not attractive, they're a little touch. He always have that way. So I don't necessarily, I don't, I'm just doing my commentary. I don't have a bone in this fight. But back to Chris Brown, I think that he just have a preface. Now, I'm sorry. Now, we're gonna kind of. Now, we don't know if Chris Brown did not have a conversation with Kelly Rowland, and she know Chris Brown heart, but that's still not going to change the mind of people in there. Now, and I want to be humble. Maybe some women that was offended, particularly the dark-skinned women, may not never let Chris Brown live that down. Just like Armon, anytime he's doing real good right now with women, but if he say something disrespectful towards dark-skinned women, immediately they're gonna go back to the OG comment. They're gonna go back to the OG comments. So he's doing really good. But anytime he get into a controversial thing with black women and dark skinned women and dragging them and calling them all type of things, because I think he called Coffee City African booty scratcher, a butch eater, some type of term that he used to describe Coffee City. And Coffee City is a dark skinned woman from the motherland. But back to Chris Brown, you just got to know his heart. I think he loved black women. He probably haven't found the right one yet. I think he loved dark-skinned women. And I want to leave him a voice note. Give me a second. I want to leave him a voice note. Let me see. I want to leave him a voice note. Let me leave him a voice note really quickly, because one day somebody gonna ask my voice note, so I'm just sending it out there. Let me see the voice. Hold on. Let me see if it allowed me to leave, because I don't know last time it allowed me to leave the voice note. Hope I'm not blocked. Is I'm blocked? I hope I'm not blocked. Okay. Let me make sure. Hey, Chris Brown, I want to know, are you a colorist? If you have any time in your schedule, I would love to have an exclusive conversation about you and you allegedly being a colorist. So if you ever available to come on the show, I would love to interview you. I go live every day on the Wiley Show, and I definitely will reach out to your team after I go live. But brother, keep up the good work. You are an amazing singer. And yes, I do forgive you. And I just ran a poll. Do you forgive Chris Brown? And right now, you should be proud that 78% of my audience, and it's about 86 million people that voted, 78% said yes, only 24% said no. So just know you have major support over here at the Wiley Show. When you get this message, just give me a holler back. Peace. Okay. All right. So I definitely left him a voice note, so hopefully he respond to the voice note. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So let's go to we're gonna go to our last topic here. Armon Wiggins and Cash. Y'all already know we talked about this earlier, and Armon Wiggins was on Station Head. He went on Station Head and he said that he heard that Cash and Island Boy has broke up, but he's not going to talk about Cash on YouTube because YouTube is television and cable is Station Head. So he's not going to talk about him on the network on his show. So y'all do know Cash and Island Boy, they are together. So what did I do? I just mind my business. All I did was I tagged Cash and I tagged Island Boy in the Instagram story. I just did my job. Didn't beg, didn't pay, anything like that. And he said, we have not broke up. I am sick of Armon Wiggins. Okay. And he put the eye emoji thing. So, and I said, no worries. I will address it. So we definitely had to do that. I was definitely minding my business. I wasn't bothering nobody. I heard it on Station Head, and I just said, let me just tag them to see what is going on here, because Armon have put out a rumor that, Cash is dirty, he's dusty, bussy, and blowout. He was saying all type of terms to describe him. He even said that Island Boy is looking dusty being around Cash. These are the rumors that he put out to his audience. That's what he said. And so when he said on Stage Share today, he said that they broke up, that he ain't gonna talk about him. He dusty and all this. And so I did my job as media. I just tag Island Boy and I tag Cash. Cash respond. Okay. We're this close to paying for the interview. I'm just gonna say that. So I tagged him and we had that conversation. He responded to Armon. So we don't know if Armon going to actually respond to it on YouTube. But we will keep y'all updated. But he did respond to it on his station here. And so I felt like, why is it on station here? Let me bring this to my YouTube channel and bring it on these YouTube streams. Me personally, I don't think Cash is dusty. Cash is bilingual. I believe he speaks Spanish and English. He's very attractive. He looks very clean. And I talked to a lot of people that was around him. Talked to a couple of people from Baltimore, and they say he smelled very nice. He's not dusty. He's not dirty or anything like that. I just think Armon was in his feelings. And this is my personal. Armon, don't come after me. I'm just giving my thoughts. I think Armon is mad that Cash didn't come on his show. He feels some type of way. And he just want to call him all these type of names and call Cash this and call Island Boy this. And both of them is on the cast of I Love You PURR, Bobby, I Love You PURR. And I think Armon felt some type of way because he said no, and Armon is not used to dealing with rejection. Let me give you an example. When Armon came into the chat, he was very disrespectful to people in the chat. So what did I do? I blocked him for the first time in the history. I blocked him on YouTube. It surprised Armon because he thought he can always just disrespect me and we welcome the disrespect. But this particular time, I wasn't dealing with the disrespect because he was disrespecting my audience. So I blocked him on YouTube, and he called in. He said, but you blocked me. Why? And he got really, 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 really angry because Armon Wiggins is not used to dealing with rejection because his stepfather, when he went to McDonald's, he couldn't get a soda. When they went to McDonald's, he could only get the meal, so he couldn't go to Panda Express and get a large. He didn't allow that. You have to go home and drink water. I'm just teaching right now. I'm just teaching. So he still can't deal with that rejection. So when you tell Armon Wiggins no, the young Armon, the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old Armon Wiggins go back to childhood when his stepdad said, no, you can't get a soda. You can't get a soda. So my parents never said I couldn't get a soda. I always was able to get a soda. I can't eat no meal unless I got a soda. But I can understand that. So when Cass said no, that triggered that young boy Armon when his daddy said no to a soda, right? So that's where the trigger come in. I'm just giving my side. Y'all don't have to come at me about this, and I'm just giving my side. And I'm just giving my story. This is just regular commentary. I'm just giving my side because this is a whole new topic. This have nothing to do with Jason Lee and all that. This is a totally different subject, and I'm just giving my ideas about this whole situation. So I don't want to get offended to offend nobody because I know I got a couple of Armon Wiggins fans in here that watch me and him. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving my thoughts. The last time I checked, it's free to give your thoughts, okay? So that is what is going on and why he feels as though he's coming at Cass. Because anytime people tell him no, he reacts. When Jason Lee say no or play him or not, when Jason Lee didn't do what Armon Wiggins wanted him to do, Armon Wiggins react, even though I agree with that reaction, but it's the common denominator. When things don't go my way, when I feel like I'm being attacked or you're not doing what I want you to do, I'm going to react to you. Whether it's Jason Lee, whether it's T.S. Madison, I react to T.S. Madison because she didn't invite me to Thanksgiving. No. She didn't invite me to Thanksgiving. So I'm going to react and trash her in the streets And then I told T.S. Madison this, and she ain't blocked me. I said, if you could forgive Armon Wiggins for saying that you hired a rapist to work on the Queen's Supreme Court, you could forgive them women to feel like you're not a woman. Because if you could forgive a man that said you hired a rapist, you did all this stuff, just dragged you for filth, and you embrace him, have that same type of empathy for the black women that don't want to agree with you being a woman. And these are just facts. I'm not trying to come hard. I know it's difficult because y'all don't like what Wiley had to say because he cockeyed and all that type of stuff. But I feel like this: you embrace a man that dragged you for filth, so you didn't tell him to suck your peen. Come on, talk to me in this chat. You didn't tell Armon to suck your peen, so don't tell the women to suck your peen. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna move on with that because that's a little rough, and this is why I don't get invited to the events with these people, and this is why I gotta have security when we meet up with these folks, because these folks I've had really rough stuff when I talk about stuff like this, and I know it can be, and I'm just gonna mind my business. But that's just how that went. But people don't like when I talk and say something. It's a problem. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna drop the link if anybody want to say something really quick. And I know most of y'all working from home. If you at work, hide in the restroom, go in the closet, and hit the link. Oh man. Oh yeah, I got my. I'm sorry, I ain't have my glasses. My bad. I gotta clean these glasses because they got so many. I ain't gonna say what kind of fingerprints on these glasses, but it's some fingerprints. Love our mom, but Wiley keeps me in stitches. Thank you. In regards to the poll question, I don't care anymore. Oh, that was going on. Got to watch the latest T.S. Madison video. Wiley might have a point, but that's the truth. I do have a point because that's the truth. Because when the women came at her, she immediately said, "Y'all can say you know how I do." But when Armon Wiggins dragged her and said that she hired a rapist to work for her company, to work on her show, she didn't tell Armon to suck her peen. She didn't. She really, really didn't. And I'm just giving my side of my how I feel, and I just decided I want to give. Okay, all right. Please play Akbar V praying and speaking in tongue. Send it to my DM. I didn't know she was praying and speaking in tongue. That's a good thing. Nothing wrong with prayer. Real time, I reacts negative to people telling him no, just like Jason, Dog, Black China, until she did an interview. That's when I understand it, because a lot of people have told me no, we respond and stuff like that, and I get no so much from people. Sometimes they don't even get a response. I get no from people coming, oh, they pretend they can't come on the show. One particular person, I'm gonna name the cast member, he was supposed to come on the show, didn't do it. Somebody just trashed me to him because I accidentally announced that I was gonna interview him, and he trashed me to him. And now, it never happened. And recently I reached out to him, and I said, man, you did really, really good on this show. And he said, thanks, man. You one of the only bloggers that congratulated me. Now all the other people that was in his ear about me, I'm the person that came through and said, man, I like your show. You know what I'm saying? And even T.S. Madison, we was the only YouTuber that went to her movie Bros. We was the only one. We was the only Black YouTuber that publicly reviewed the movie Bros, attended the movie in this celebrity gossip sector. We was the only one in the theater, by the way. We was the only one in the theater that supported the movie Bros. Did she give me a thank you? No, I wasn't looking for a thank you. I thought she was going to come on the show, didn't come. The movie flopped. And stuff like that. It flopped hard. Nobody really watched it. And I talked to people and I reviewed the movie, and people said I'm still not gonna go and watch it. It's just definitely a flopped. It had some good funny moments, but that wasn't the premise of the white gay struggle. The white gay struggle is different from the Black gay struggle. I'm gonna say it again. The white LGBT struggle is different from the gay Black LGBT struggle. It's definitely, yeah, but I was the only one in the theater. I really was. I was the only one there supporting T.S. Madison. I was there. I was there to support. It was nobody else there. Nobody. I thought it was gonna be packed, but I was the only one in the theater. Yeah, you know. hmm And I go and I live right in the theaters. You know, the movie theaters in the white community, predominantly white. Not one white person was in the theater. It was just me. I was the only one. So, but when I went to go see Woman King, it was packed. When I went to go see Wakanda, it was packed. But bros, I was the only one. And I am in a predominantly white neighborhood. And not one white person was in the audience. So that's just how that happened. I don't know if you can catch on the streaming services. I don't know. I don't work for Universal. That's a question you have to get to Universal. But if I will find out the information, Doc from NC, and I would get back to you regarding that. I would get back to you tomorrow and see if it's going to be on a streaming service. I don't know if they're going to put it on YouTube or Tubi. They're probably going to put it on Tubi or YouTube. Probably Tubi. Probably gonna put. I don't know if they're gonna have it on you because usually they put movies on YouTube. You know, I don't know if they're gonna do it for free. They probably should do it for free because if it didn't do good in the movies, I don't think people are gonna pay for it, YouTube. So make it for free. Okay. Who's bragging about an Akbar feature? Who got an Akbar feature? Yeah, white people don't want to see that ish either. They didn't want to go see it, and I went because number one, I'm a fan of T.S. Madison. Many people think I'm not a fan of T.S. Madison. I am. Um, but I could be critical of her, but I still could support your movie. If you got a movie, I'm gonna support it. Her song, I'm still not a fan of her song. I'm black. I'm black as this. I'm black as I'm put black. I just wasn't a fan of that record. I'm a fan of that. Falling in love. I mean that the other song. I'm black as Cecily Tyson. I'm black as Oprah Winfrey. Brown as Wendy Williams. I just ain't no fan of that record at all. Just ain't no fan of that record. Wasn't a fan of that record. That record should have been in the garbage. I wasn't a fan of that record at all. I just went out black as all. I ain't got no eyebrows as Whoopi Goldberg. Whatever that record was, I wasn't a fan. But you may be a fan of that record, Cozy. That may be your song. But for the Wiley Show, I wasn't a fan. I just want to say that I wasn't a fan. So I just wasn't a fan of the record. I know a lot of y'all gonna come in there. I come at me. I got a lot of people that's part of T.S. Madison camp that watch us. I'm good friends with some of her people, but I'm just not a fan of the record. Beyonce could have did way better than that. Anyway. All right. Gotta go, y'all. I wish this could be longer. If you want to see Wiley Show continue to be longer on the show, contribute to our Cash App. And I'm gonna let y'all know how much my rent is every month. Because if y'all tired of me working, if you want to contribute, give me a second. I'm gonna let you know. Because somebody said, I'm tired of you working. You need to go live and get these clicks and views. You talk about the story. I already seen the other person. So I proceeded to go in my phone and let the person know how much my rent is. Give me a second. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna read it off my phone. Okay, hold on 1 second. Because the person was was mad because I talked about the story so late, and that's why I ain't got no views. I get really rough emails. Oh, you don't see these people, but I get really rough emails from people. Just really, 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 really rough. So give me a second. I get really rough emails from people. So my rent is $866, okay, and 5 cents. So $866.05. And so if you want to see me set up, pay my rent for this month, pay it. I mean, pay this month is paid. Pay it for next month. Pay it in January. You know, keep the rent. Pay that because that's a major expense. I don't have a car note. I just have insurance. So if the rent is paid, that's 90% of my expenses gone because the rest is like yeah, it is cheap. The rest is like cable and my car insurance, stuff like that. But that's the big expense. And my friend was like, "How do you get your rent like that?" Because I negotiate. I negotiate. I give you sad stories. I tell that I I, I negotiate. I go in there when you got deals, when you got specials. I negotiate. I talk to all this. I go in there when my crutches. I'm like, oh, this I gotta go. I gotta do all this and put my brace on. It's just ways that you can negotiate. It's just ways. I've always been a good negotiator. I always negotiate stuff. And I always do. I take my asthma pump, give me a little asthma pump, and all that type of stuff. And yeah, you just got to know how to negotiate. You know, you just got to know how to go negotiate. Oh, the word around, get a little drool in your mouth, get a little drool coming down. You gotta know, you gotta have to know, get a little snotty nose and some of that drools, coming down. Anyway, um, so yeah, so it was a special that they were running, and I got in on the special. Anyway. So yes, it was a special. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, that's the expenses and stuff like that, and but yeah, that's expensive. So but that person didn't resign back, because they was getting on me about that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Somebody says you pay your extra self. Yes. Okay. Thank y'all so very much. Great support. Uh, no, that's the amount on my rent. I'm not lying about my rent. That's the amount. And then you get the utilities, so it'll probably come up to like 900. Because that's just the rent. It ain't got the water and blah 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 blah. You know how Texas do the other expenses anyway. I need to try because I paid $1,400 for one bedroom. One low is hard to find in Dallas. It is really is. You have to really. Some of these apartment complexes, they have specials. They might have a special where your rent is this. You have to find out when these places are running specials. You just have to find out about that. And I'm blessed. I thank God for it. Eventually, I want to move, but I'm trying not to move because so I don't know. I'm saving. I'm gonna be saving. I'm saving now because I'm trying to get my credit right to be a homeowner, right? Because I talked to a friend. His mortgage is only $700. His mortgage is $700, including insurance and everything. 750, I think. And he's a homeowner. He said he just got tired of paying $1,600, $1,700, $1,800 for rent, and his mortgage is like $700 with including insurance and stuff like that. So yeah. So I'm trying to get that together and to be a homeowner. His house is nice. It's literally a nice house. I don't know how he did it. It's just a nice house. He live in I'm not going to tell you the area, but he lives in a nice area because I don't go to the hood. He lives in a nice area. Yeah. So, but he did that before the inflation. This is like 4 or 5 years ago. He got a house. This is before all this Rona, inflation, all that stuff. This is way before that. So I don't know how it is now. They have a lot of programs for low income first time buyers. Thank you. I know it was a place I forgot the name of because a nurse at my job actually, in my former job, actually got that program, and she got a fixer upper house. No, he stayed in Texas. He stayed in Texas. He was in Baltimore. He stayed in Texas. No, it's not like that now. I'm talking about this way before. Homes on Spencer now and borrowing in Spencer now. Yeah. So thank y'all so very much. I wish I could be on here longer, but The Cash App was open. If somebody would have came through and paid my rent for the 2 months, I will put my 2 week notice. I will put no, they ain't gonna get no 2 week notice. The notification gonna be like, thank you. I just want to just move from full time to as needed, meaning I can just pick up hours. So it's up to y'all, but because it don't bother me. I love doing a live anytime I'm available to do the live. Okay. I dropped the link because my laptop is in my luggage. So I couldn't use the laptop today. It's in my luggage. So if anybody want to hit the link really quickly, okay, I want to hit the road soon. So when they hit the link, because yeah, 2 months, yeah, absolutely. No, I'm not gonna leave my job like completely, but I would be just adding. I won't be full time. I'll be as needed because those 2 months I will really go real hard on YouTube. But I like it. But the thing about it is, let me tell you, I'm starting to liking to shop for clothes. At one point, I didn't like it. Let me take T.S. Madison down. So I'm starting more to shop for clothes. $200, and now I got to get clothes bigger size. So I'm going to stores like XL with extra fabric. I just got a Wakanda shirt for like $30. Like when you go to them XL stores for big and tall, like for big people, you got to pay extra. It's expensive. But I like, so now my expenses are, I go to out of town, going to a wrestling event, I spend money on that. But I don't spend all my money. But I like the fact when you're getting paid on a check and then another check and another check come plus YouTube. I love those two streams of income. I love that. I really, really love that. I'm definitely getting into home ownership. I just got to figure out where I want to be a full-time. Absolutely. And that's just my thing, right? I don't know if I want to be in Chicago or Dallas, but more and more I stay in Texas, the more and more I be like, this is where I'm going to be at. Are you going home for Thanksgiving? Yes, I'm going home for Thanksgiving. Yes, I'm going home for Thanksgiving. My mom called me, and I called my mom. She said, "Call me at the airport." I said, "Yes," and I'm not gonna let my mom pick me up from the airport because I did at first, you know what I'm saying. But if I'm at like O'Hare, that's so busy, and I'm not gonna have my mom in that traffic. That's ridiculous. I'll just get in an Uber, and I could just be on my phone in an Uber and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna have her in that traffic. Texas houses are so nice. Yes, it is, and cheap. Yeah, it's cheaper in Texas. Absolutely. Thank y'all so much. Okay. Shout out to the producers. Y'all came through. Why don't you just lose the weight? Okay. The way for me, I just have to do it. You know what I'm saying? I've actually I have lost some pounds. Like I had lost at least, I think she said 10 pounds. I have already lost 10 pounds. So I haven't been losing weight. It just ain't gonna drop dramatically because I'm still going out and blah 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 blah. But I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. Sure, I ain't that big, but hey, it is what it is. Go live. Make sure you and your name do some. We're gonna do some TikTok videos. Oh, for sure. I want to do it. Be falling in love. We're gonna do that. That's Rue. He's still tall, so close. Hardest part is just I'm gonna lose the weight, child. As I'm coming back live tonight, yes. If it's something for me to talk about, y'all better send me some topics because I can't really search the internet because when I'm at work, I'm working. I can't be on my phone, and so y'all have to send me some topics. Oh, shuck, what in the world is she talking about? Let me see, read this comment. Oh, child, she is still pressed. T.S. Madison needs to stop, child. You ain't gonna change these women. I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna review. Yeah, we going loud tonight. You ain't gonna change these women's lives. I mean, you're not gonna change these women's minds. Child, I don't care how many LGBT activists you bring on that panel, women still ain't gonna believe you a woman. It is what it is. Ain't nothing, like you can't change it. Just like for me, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna close. I can't change Bishop Melvin Cartwright's idea of being LGBT. I can't change his mindset because he feels though if you are gay and if you die, you're going to hell. That is Bishop Melvin Cartwright's belief, and he's my uncle. He used to be my pastor. He's my former pastor. I can't change Bishop Melvin Cartwright's idea on that. I can't change it. No matter how I scream, no matter how I cry, no matter how much that come out of my nose, I can't change his mindset, his belief on what he feel about LGBTQIA people. No matter what. Either you get with the program or you go to another church that believe in your lifestyle. But I can't change his idea or mindset about what he feel about LGBTQIA. Can't change it. Right? I can't. I can't change his idea. No matter how hard I try, this is his belief. Okay? You know what? Sharon, you have to go on. I have a text list. Let me pin your comment on here. You need to be added to the text list, Sharon. Sharon needs to be added to the text list. And the text list is right here. Text Wiley, W-I-L, on your phone. Get your phone right now to 888-534-4939. Yeah, you'll be notified. Thank y'all so very much. I will see y'all next episode. Make sure y'all comment, share, subscribe, thumbs up the video, and then we'll be back tonight. Peace.